My name is Grayson Harper. Kane's text message buzzed in at 9:17 a.m. Sis, you're not elite enough for the Harper NY party. Stay home. I fired back a quick reply. Perfect. My party's somewhere else. 3 weeks later, I wired $80,000 through Graywave LLC and officially took ownership of a 48-foot yacht. I proudly slapped the name Gray Gray on the stern, the irritating nickname they'd used to mock me since the 8th grade. On December 20th, I dropped a TikTok video from the Fly Bridge. It was a single take, no filters, with a simple caption, my own end-of-year spot. It exploded, blowing past 5 million views before sunrise. Kane saw it, Dad saw it, Mom saw it. On December 30th, they stormed the Edgartown Harbor Marina, accompanied by some dude in a black hoodie carrying a tool bag, clearly ready to bypass the biometric locks. Len was waving fake docking papers like they were made of gold. I blocked the gangway, standing my ground. No docking orders filed, step off. They shoved past me and hammered on the cabin door. The lock clicked. The door cracked open and the face staring back at them made their jaws drop. Smash subscribe and ring that bell, because what happened inside that cabin flipped the entire family upside down. Drop a comment. Would you have opened the door? My name is Grayson Harper, and I build brands for a living out of a one-bedroom apartment in Boston's North End. I shoot product reels, negotiate sponsorships, and turn caffeine into meeting deadlines. Most days end with me editing until the tea runs dry. Growing up in the Harper household meant one rule. Kane came first. My little brother was the high school quarterback who threw for 3,000 yards during his senior year. Colleges sent scouts. Local papers ran his photo above the fold. My dad, Len Harper, coached the Boosters Club and turned every dinner into a recap of Kane's impressive stats. My mom, Kay Harper, kept a scrapbook that was thicker than my college transcripts. I was always the afterthought. When I was 10, I asked if I could invite 2 friends to the family's New Year's Eve party. My dad laughed. This isn't a sleepover, Grayson. It's for donors. I spent the night in my room, counting fireworks through the window. Age 12. Kane got a brand new dirt bike for Christmas. I got socks. My mom said athletes need gear. I learned to film his practices on my flip phone and carefully edit the clips, hoping recruiters would notice. Nobody ever asked what I wanted to study. By the time I was 15, the pattern was firmly locked in place. Kane missed curfew after a game. My dad high-fived him. I missed dinner editing a school project. My mom grounded me for having the wrong priorities. My Aunt Rowan Harper, my dad's younger sister, started calling every Sunday from Providence. She'd been the family rebel, getting divorced at 30, building a small real estate firm, and refusing to bow down to Len's rules. Gray, Gray, she'd say, using the nickname Kane invented to tease my quiet voice. Your turn's coming. Keep grinding. I hated the name back then, but her calls were like oxygen. Senior year, Kane tore his ACL in the state semis. The scouts vanished. My dad sank into silence. My mom into wine. I won a partial scholarship to Emerson for digital media. They forgot to attend my graduation. Kane sulked on the couch, icing his knee, muttering that colleges only cared about flash anyway. I moved out at 22 with 2 duffel bags and a laptop. Boston rent ate half my internship pay, but I posted my first sponsored reel for a local coffee shop and hit 10,000 views overnight. Brands started trickling in. By the time I was 25, I quit my day job. Kane, at 21, was bouncing between community college and odd jobs, still living at home. My dad paid his truck note. My mom cooked his favorite meals. Last fall, Kane announced that his girlfriend, Lane, was pregnant. My dad threw a gender reveal party at the country club. I got the invite 3 days late, stuck behind a stack of coupon mailers. I texted congrats. No reply. Thanksgiving came around, I drove down. Kane cornered me in the garage. You think your little videos make you somebody? Dad says influencers peak at 30. I shrugged. At least I peak on my own dime. He smirked and walked off. Aunt Rowan called that night. Heard the garage chat. Kane's scared, Gray. His knee never healed right, and now he's got a kid. Don't let them drag you back in. She paused. Remember Hayes from Emerson? The maritime law guy? He's practicing in Boston now. Keep his number. Family gets messy. I saved the contact. Hayes and I had bonded over late-night edits in the media lab. He'd switched to law after his dad lost a boat in a legal mess. Smart, quiet, zero drama. December rolled in, cold as ever. Kane posted gym selfies captioned, quote, "comeback season." My dad commented with fire emojis. My mom shared ultrasound pics. I kept posting skincare routines, tech unboxings, numbers climbing steady. One Sunday, Aunt Rowan FaceTimed me from her office. "Len's planning the biggest NYE bash yet." Once I overheard the whole Cape Cod crowd mention using your fancy job to comp champagne, I rolled my eyes. "Not happening," she laughed. "Good. Build your empire, kid. They'll notice when it's too late." I hung up, feeling motivated. The next campaign pitch landed on my desk Monday morning, a winter wellness brand needing a holiday push. I outlined the series that night, fingers flying across the keyboard. 3 weeks into the campaign, the numbers exploded. The wellness brand wanted cozy winter vibes, hot cocoa, weighted blankets, LED face masks. I scripted 15-second hooks, shot in my apartment with ring lights and a fake fireplace app. Views climbed daily. The client emailed midweek. Engagement beat projections by 40%. Friday morning, the direct deposit hit, $80,000 labeled performance bonus. I stared at the bank alert, my coffee going cold. No loans, no investors, just my edits and captions. I called Hayes that afternoon. "Need some advice on shielding cash from family claims." He laughed. "Set up an LLC. Maritime assets complicate things. Meet me tomorrow." We grabbed beers at a dockside bar in East Boston. Hayes spread paperwork across the table. Gray Wave, LLC, files in Delaware, operates in Massachusetts. You own 100%. Yacht purchase runs through it. Creditors hate piercing that veil. I nodded, signed digitally on his tablet. Filing fees cost $400. Monday, I scrolled yacht listings. A 48-foot 1998 Hatteras had been sitting in Edgartown Harbor. A foreclosure repo asking $95,000. Hull solid, engines rebuilt last year, interior gutted for a refit. I wired a 10% deposit before lunch. The broker called back, stunned. Cash deal, closing in 10 days. Closing day arrived. I flew to Martha's Vineyard on the ferry, Hayes tagging along for the walkthrough. The surveyor poked around. "The BGE tapped the keel," declared her seaworthy. I transferred the balance from the Gray Wave account. Title transferred clean, no liens, no surprises. Back in the marina office, I signed the stern nameplate form. Gray, I told the clerk. She raised an eyebrow but stamped it. The nickname stung less in chrome letters. Refit started immediately. I hired a Vineyard Haven yard. New teak decks, a modern galley, LED strips under the gunnels. The electrician installed biometric scanners on the companionway and master stateroom, thumbprint or facial recognition only. No keys to copy. An app linked to my phone alerts if anyone tampered with it. Hayes reviewed the work order. Smart. Massachusetts recognizes electronic access as a valid locking mechanism. Trespass laws apply on the water, same as on land. He flagged the insurance rider for high-value electronics. The upholstery crew arrived next. Leather benches in neutral gray, blackout curtains, a queen berth in the forward cabin. I added a compact desk, a ring light, and mounted dual monitors for shooting at anchor. A generator upgrade handled the load. The plumbing overhaul took 4 days. New heads, instant hot water, a gray water tank with a pump outfitting. I tested every valve myself, my knees soaked in bilge water. The yard foreman grinned. First owner I've seen who knows which end of a wrench to use. The final week focused on tech. A Starlink dome on the radar arch. 4 security cameras with night vision and motion sensors tied to the same biometric panel. Hayes ran a mock breach, tried forcing the salon slider. An alarm blared in 30 seconds. The marina office phoned instantly. I paid the yard invoice, $22,000 total. The Gray Wave LLC checking account still had breathing room. Standing on the swim platform, the salt air sharp, I watched the nameplate get bolted on. Gray, gleamed under the floodlights. Hayes clapped my shoulder. She's yours, free and clear. Register her in the LLC. Flag her in Massachusetts. Nobody touches her without your print. I exhaled, the tension uncoiling for the first time in years. That night, I slept aboard for the first time. The berth creaking gently, the water lapping against the hull. No family group chats, no booster club obligations. Just the hum of the bilge pump and my own breathing. The first weekend in December, I motored gray out of the slip alone. The engines purred smoothly. No crew needed for a shakedown cruise. I dropped anchor off Chappaquiddick. The water was flat as glass. I set my phone on a tripod bolted to the rail. The sun low, the sky streaked orange. In one take, I popped a bottle of Prosecco, poured it into a plastic flute, and leaned against the transom. Testing the new office. I said to the lens, then panned across the deck. No script, no cuts. I edited it in the salon that night, trimmed it to 14 seconds, and added a subtle text overlay. My own NYE spot. I uploaded it before midnight. Notifications started slow, then snowballed. By dawn, the clip had crossed 1 million views. Brands slid into my DMs. The wellness client texted, "Congratulations." Monday morning, it hit 5 million. TikTok pushed it to the For You page nationwide. Comments poured in. People tagging friends, asking for marina details. I pinned one. Private slip, invite only. Kane's message arrived at 9:42 a.m. Cute boat, sis. Still not Harper level. NYE is at the club. Don't embarrass us by begging in. I read it twice, my thumb hovering over the keyboard. Then I typed, "Already got plans. Enjoy the club." Sent. Blocked his number. Blocked moms. Blocked dads. The group chat went silent on my end. Views kept climbing. A yacht broker in Florida quoted the video in a listing. The local news ran a segment on influencer boat life. I muted everything except work emails. Tuesday, I fueled up, checked the weather, clear through the holidays, and stocked the galley with non-perishables, extra batteries, and portable charger banks. The biometric panel blinked green every time I boarded. Wednesday, the clip spawned stitches, users duplicating the pose, swapping Prosecco for beer. Duets rolled in, comedians mocking rich kid problems, travelers asking for coordinates. I let the algorithm run. Thursday, a production company inquired about sponsored content aboard. I quoted triple rate, Graywave LLC invoice. They wired a deposit the same day. Kane tried Instagram. A neck-up shot slid into stories with a gym mirror selfie. Caption, "Real wins don't need filters." I screenshot, archived, moved on. Friday, I ran diagnostics. Bilge pumps, nav lights, VHF radio, all green. The marina office left a voicemail confirming winter slip extension. I returned the call. Paid through March. Saturday morning, the video crossed 8 million. TikTok sent a creator fund alert. Extra revenue incoming. I transferred it straight to the LLC. Kane's wife, Lane, posted an ultrasound update. Tagged the family account. No mention of me. Fine. I spent the afternoon polishing brass fittings, coiling lines, labeling storage bins. The boat felt like an extension of my apartment. Quiet, controlled, mine. Evening brought a wind shift. I raised anchor, motored back to Edgartown. Docked smooth, lines secured in under 5 minutes. The harbor lights reflected off the water, steady and calm. My phone buzzed with a brand representative call. A last-minute holiday collab. I took it on the flybridge, fed up my notebook, and open. Deal closed in 10 minutes. Night settled in cold. I brewed tea in the galley. Watched the numbers tick past 10 million. Comments shifted to NYE plans, people reserving tables, booking flights. I scrolled, sipped, planned. Nothing public. Kane sent one final text from a new number. Dad says, "Bring the boat to the club dock. We'll handle security." I deleted it, blocked him again, and powered down. The harbor stayed quiet, just halyards clinking against masts. I locked the companionway set. The alarm crawled into the berth. Sleep came fast. 10 minutes after I posted the clip, a notification pinged from an unknown email Kane used for gym promos. "Boat's cute, but NYE needs space for 50. Dock it at the club. We'll take over." I replied to the address. Not available. Then marked it as spam. Mom emailed from the family account next. "Family tradition, Grayson. Len booked the band. Bring the yacht." I archived it without a response. Dad left a voicemail at the marina office. The staff forwarded the audio. His voice crackled. This isn't a request. The Harper name opens doors. Park at the club slip by Friday, or we'll handle logistics. I played it for Hayes over speakerphone. He smirked. Indirect pressure. The marina's private. Edgartown enforces docking permits strictly. File A, no docking, order today. We drafted it in his office. Graywave letterhead. Clear denial of permission. Citation of Massachusetts General Laws. Chapter 91. I signed. Hayes emailed the manager and harbor master with me CC'd. The manager confirmed. The order was logged. Any unauthorized vessel denied berth. Kane switched to a burner app email that evening. Subject: NYE itinerary. Attachment: guest list, catering menu, fireworks permit. Body confirms slip assignment. Security arrives 6 p.m. I forwarded it to junk. The next morning, a courier delivered an envelope to the marina office addressed to, quote, Gray owner, inside a forged docking reservation under the Harper Family Trust, dated last month. My signature crudely copied, the Graywave stamp photoshopped. The harbor master rejected it on site. The trust was non-existent. The dates conflicted with LLC records. Hayes reviewed the scan. Sloppy inkjet from a strip mall printer. I'll send a cease and desist. He attached the document to a formal letter demanding they halt fraudulent submissions, copy to the local PD records unit. Certified mail tracking enabled. Dad's assistant emailed a reminder from the real estate firm account. The club expects the vessel. Sponsors committed. Confirmed by EOD. I let Hayes reply. Permission denied per attached order. Lane messaged from her work phone. Kane stressed, the baby's due soon. Just let us use it one night. I texted back. Congrats on the baby. The answer's still no. Hayes updated the file with every thread time-stamped. Pattern established. They escalate. We document. Kane tried a marina voicemail next, left with Dockmaster. Tell Grayson the family needs the boat. Dad's blood pressure's through the roof. Staff transcribed. Emailed me. I saved the PDF. Mom sent a physical card via courier, handwritten. Think of your brother's future. I photographed and filed it. Hayes filed the no docking order with the county clerk for public record. Fee, $40. A scanned copy was emailed to all parties. The marina posted a laminated notice on the gate. Gray, private vessel. No unauthorized docking. I checked the docks twice daily and confirmed with staff. No unfamiliar faces. Dad's assistant attached a backdated rental contract in another email. My forged e-signature, the Graywave stamp, was photoshopped. Hayes reported it to the State Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division as potential identity misuse. The harbor master messaged a second reservation attempt under your name. Denied. Documents destroyed. Kane's final email came from a temporary address. You'll regret this. Hayes flagged it for harassment log. The week before New Year's Eve, I tested the alarm system, triggered remotely. The marina responded in 90 seconds. Hayes dropped by with takeout. Trail's bulletproof. They appear it's trespass on record. I nodded and chewed. The water stayed flat, the boats rocking gently. New Year's Eve, 7 p.m. at Edgartown Harbor. The temperature hovered at 28 degrees. I watched from the flybridge as Dad's black Suburban rolled into the parking lot, the headlights cutting through the fog. Kane hopped out first, Lane waddling behind in a puffer coat. Mom followed with a tote of decorations. A stranger in a dark jacket carried a canvas bag, tools clinking inside. They marched down the dock like they owned it. Dad waved a printout. Grayson, open up. The party starts in an hour. I stayed put, my phone recording. Leave. Orders are in effect. Kane ignored me and climbed the gangway. The biometric panel flashed red at his thumb. He pounded the door. Override this crap. The stranger knelt, unzipped the bag, pulled out a handheld device, and started trying to jam the signal. Lights blinked erratically, then locked harder. Lane tugged at Kane's sleeve. This is insane, she said. No, Kane shrugged her off. Family asset, back me up. Mom set the tote down. Grayson, think of the guests. The champagne's chilling in the car. Dad dialed someone on speaker. Security, we're boarded, need assistance. No answer. He was bluffing. I hit the marina emergency button. A siren whooped from the office. Dock lights flooded bright. Officer Reed arrived in a patrol truck, boots crunching on the ice. Evening. Complaint of unauthorized access. Dad thrust the fake papers at him. We have a reservation. Reed scanned them, shook his head. Denied weeks ago. LLC order on file. Step back. Kane lunged at the panel again. It's my sister's toy. We're taking it. Lane's face crumpled. Kane, stop! The baby's kicking like crazy, this stress. Shut up, Lane. Not now. She zipped her coat tighter. I'm done. She turned and marched back down the gangway, her heels clicking sharply. She got in the Suburban and slammed the door. Mom chased after Lane. Honey, wait! Kane kept fiddling with the device. Reed stepped between them. Sir, cease or you're detained. The stranger packed up quickly, muttered about warrants, and slipped away into the shadows. Dad's voice rose. This is harassment. I know the chief, Reed radioed. Backup possible. Trespass. Gray slip. Rook, the captain I'd hired for maintenance, emerged from the engine room hatch, live streaming steady, documenting it for insurance. He called, Kane, notice you're being charged. Turn that off. Reed blocked him, backed away. Recordings legal in public. Another officer arrived, flashlight sweeping everyone off the vessel. Dad argued. The volume pleaded. Tears. Kane cursed under his breath. Reed issued verbal warnings. Leave or citations. They retreated slowly. Dad, last, glaring over his shoulder. Lane started the Suburban and peeled out without them. Tires spun gravel. Rook kept rolling until the family piled into Dad's truck, taillights fading. Reed approached me. File a report tomorrow. We'll patrol extra tonight. I nodded, exhaled frost. Thanks. He tipped his hat and cruised away. Rook pocketed his phone. Got it all. Faces clear. Audio crisp. 10 million views by morning if you want. I shook my head. Hold it. Evidence first. He locked the companionway behind us. The harbor fell silent again, just ice cracking against the hulls. The clock struck midnight, and fireworks popped over the harbor. Rook raised a plastic cup of sparkling cider. To owning your space. We clinked cups on the flybridge, just us two, music low from the salon speakers. Rook uploaded the footage at 12:05 a.m., edited tight with neutral captions. Private property respected. Views spiked immediately. By 2 a.m., it crossed 10 million. Comments flooded in. Support, outrage, memes. January 2nd. Dad filed suit in Dukes County, claiming family interest in Graywave assets. Hayes countered with LLC docs, marina logs, biometric records. The judge dismissed it in a prelim hearing. No standing case. Frivolous. Dad paid court costs. Lane served Kane papers January 5th. Irreconcilable differences. Cited public humiliation. She moved in with her sister in Boston, kept the ultrasound private. Kane texted from a bar. You ruined everything. I deleted the app. Mom mailed a letter, apology mixed with blame. I returned to sender. Dad's business listings dropped reviews overnight. Sponsors pulled NYE recaps. Hayes closed the file. Sanctions possible if they refile. I cruised Gray solo in February, anchored off Nantucket. No invites, no tags. Aunt Rowan called once. Proud of you, Gray. Blood doesn't buy loyalty. I blocked the family domain. Shredded old photos. Updated emergency contacts. Hayes only. Self-reliance became the real inheritance. No trust fund, no fallback. Just the hull beneath my feet and the decisions I controlled.